have an acute focus, because I don't think this has ever really been done in terms of making the business case below I-30, which captures below I-30 south of the Trinity River, that captures the bulk of southern Dallas as is sort of defined. We're going to be doing more to make the case in terms of why opportunity exists there. The city has no other choice but to go south. And I believe over the next 10 years, it's going to head in that direction. But we have issues of infrastructure we have to solve for. We have issues of perception that we have to solve for. Couldn't tell you the last time a commercial office building was built. We need more in the way of comparable development projects happening that's going to start to draw in more support. So it will be an acute focus going forward.
Dr. Johnson, way back on May 26th of this year, I know it feels like a lot longer than 2 or 3 months here, but on I believe it was late May, the City Council unanimously adopted an economic development policy. Can you give us some of the highlights of the policy?
Yep, the policy started out by talking about a comprehensive approach to economic development that takes into consideration both traditional, which is corporate relocations, business retention, balancing that with a combination of community-based economic development. So the policy is really built on what Dallas is in reality, with a major focus below I-30 south of the Trinity River. So we have 10-year metrics that are very powerful metrics that we're going to measure our progress against. Those are related to jobs, not only jobs, but minority population in Dallas being a part of that growth and development. Everything from business development, entrepreneurship, picking up on the mayor's task force of entrepreneurship. You'll see things like incubators being created, funding to support growth and entrepreneurship. You're going to see things of that nature really embedded in the policy. But Dallas is currently 274 out of 274 cities, according to the Urban Institute, when it comes to economic mobility and inequality. That is a staggering number. So we're trying to change that narrative by really having a comprehensive approach. And I think the council, with the unanimous vote, really sent a major signal. But here is the game changer for us. The council also gave the authority to go and create a new economic development entity, corporation. And I'll tell you why that's important. It's going to give us the ability to move nimble, to do things we have not been able to do before. So example would be, having the ability to get into development firsthand as a public entity that can do things that the private sector just did not want to do. That will be targeted squarely below I-30 to do the things we really need to do. That's going to be the difference, because we've never marketed Southern Dallas, for example. I don't think we've done a great job even marketing the city of Dallas. So the policy is really talking about ramping it up. After all, we are the 9th largest city. And I think it's going to require us to start sticking our chests out more, talking more about Dallas, which I don't think we do enough of around the country and around the world.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I wanted to ask one more question. I know you're a big sports guy. Shawn and I are both sports guys. And, over the summer, we saw the conference realignment debate fire up again. And there's always debate around what sports actually mean to the economy of cities. So what, in your opinion, are the impact of sports and major sporting events? What impact do those have on cities, especially cities, our city here in Dallas?
Well, a lot of the impact is related to, quite honestly, sales tax, hotel occupancy, things of that nature. That's really where the big bulk of the economic impact of the sports industry really is. So what we're hoping is that we can better position ourselves to capture more of that. I think our challenge, though, is going to be, outside the city, we probably have a greater strength in terms of, venues. Inside the city, we have to figure out a way to deal with that, if that makes sense. So, while the Cowboy Stadium may be outside the city, those expenditures for the dominant part is being taken place outside the city. Mm-hmm. So for Dallas proper, you're going to see things like a realignment, reworking of the convention center to start to draw more events, including smaller sporting events coming to Dallas. But truthfully, the impact is more in the sales tax, hotel occupancy, restaurant expenditures, things of that nature.
Well, Dr. Johnson, it's been a fascinating conversation. A lot of the work that Ryan and I do, in some way touch a lot of the work that you and your office do. So we really appreciate your time. For any of our listeners who want to find out more about, what you're doing, what your office is doing, how can they do that?
Yeah, they can actually go to our City of Dallas website and go straight to the economic development page, and you'll find out everything from the economic development policy there. You'll see a bunch of conversations and tools at that site. They can always follow our economic development committee meetings and the council meetings to see the things that's really happening. And, if people have any questions, they can always contact me directly. My email is eric.anthony.johnson@dallascityhall.com, and I will clearly feel free to answer anyone.
Dr. Johnson, we certainly appreciate the time and look forward to catching up with you again soon.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Okay. This is Deconstructing Dallas. Ryan Trimble, Shawn Williams. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, Deconstructing Dallas. Shawn Williams, Ryan Trimble. Ryan, a lot of knowledge dropped from Dr. Eric Johnson.
It's great to have Dr. Johnson on. Love that conversation, Shawn, and really appreciate his vision for our city and his focus. Truly, he is ready to get some things done. So
we work a lot with council member and economic development chairman Tanel Atkins, and so I know we get to see them in meetings a lot.
That's right.
It seems like they both want to move the city further forward, and so hopefully we can be helpful if ever we can. But either way, it's good to see that the city is moving in the right direction.
Hey, we're just here to serve, Shawn. Truly.
Could you get that message out there? Because that's what I'm trying to get people to understand is we're just here to help.
We are here to help every day.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
State Fair, man, is here.
It's crazy.
After a year, like last year, we did the drive-through last year.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was good to have that as an option.
It's great.
We were still deep in the throes of the pandemic. Not that it's by any stretch is it over.
Right.
But I think we may try to get out there. I have not been out yet, but if we can sneak out, I think we might.
Well, I did see that Chief Garcia was out there yesterday and enjoyed a corn dog. Man, he was fired up.
Chief Garcia, I've never seen anybody so, number one, so enthusiastic to do anything. He's always
on fire. It's so great.
But even eating a corn dog, he was on a 10.
It was impressive. Impressive.
And by the way, not sure if you know, but he is the next guest on Deconstructing Dallas.
It was a good segue, I thought, Shawn.
It was like a layup?
Nice tease.
Am I LeBron or am I Dwayne Wade? Like, which one of us is?
Did I throw the
I think you threw it up. And
yes.
I think okay. So yeah, our next guest is Chief Garcia. And we've actually recorded this one already. Mm-hmm. And so I can already tell whoever's listening to this one, you need to be ready for the next episode because the man is on fire.
He's great. It's such a great conversation. We wanted it to go longer, but if
only we had a little bit more time.
We had a little more time, but it was really great. And so get ready, tune in for that. It'll be up in the next few days. So, enjoy this one and enjoy the next one.
Good deal. Well, we will be back with our next episode as we discussed with Chief Garcia. But for now, we want to thank Dr. Eric Johnson for joining us on this most recent episode. We want to thank Allen Media and our owners, Jennifer Pascal and Mary Woodley. Thank you to the entire entire Allen Media team for everything that you all do to help us put this podcast together. Of course, most of all, we want to thank our listeners. Thank you for bearing with us. It's been a few weeks since we've had an episode, so thanks for those who have hung with us during our little unscheduled hiatus. But while you're at it, please share this episode, shoot it out to your friends, share it with your neighbors, your loved ones. We want more listeners. We think more people need to hear interviews like this one with Dr. Johnson, more like what we've got coming up with Chief Garcia. So if you want to catch us on social media, you can find me at Shawn P. Williams on Twitter and Instagram at Shawn P. Williams. He's R Trimble 15. I'm the one who sometimes messes that up, so I probably need to make note of that myself. Until the next episode, make sure you leave us a 5-star review if you can on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcast platforms. This is Deconstructing Dallas. Shawn Williams, Ryan Trimble. Until next time, adios.